Hey everybody, GravyTrain here with another episode of GravyTraining. So I was asked to give more details about the farming brute build that I have. So I am going to do that. We're going to review how I have the build set up. I will have my build file shared in the description. I have two of these heroes. One of them is almost level 50. The other one is level 50. This hero right now, so I have the level at which I fight right now on this one. I run at -1 to my level. But I run at 7. I actually run at 8 normally. I had 2 additional people that were with me. One was my bot and one was a friend. So I knocked that down 1 level. But I could fight at even level. Matter of fact, well, I'm not going to change it now because I know this works. So I'm -1 level, but I can fight at even level. It's just faster being at -1 because I can just stand there for the most part and not really take damage or not let the damage get out of the way. It's kind of an AFK sort of build. So there's benefits to being there, and the difference in speed between the two is not that much. And I make ridiculous amounts of salvage, salvage, recipes, everything I need. So let's get back to there. And we'll kind of do a rundown. So first I'll go over the build, why I have everything set up the way that I do. Also, I do all of my leveling with this character and all my power leveling in Architect missions. I'll get to why in just a moment. Let's take a look at the build. So I will once again have the mids file or the mids data included in the description. But this is it. So I don't have very much in spines. Honestly, quills is to me the most compelling reason to have spines for a farming build. The other stuff is great for doing missions, like running around doing missions or doing PvP or task forces, shit like that. But in terms of just pure farming, your fiery aura is your bread and butter. At least in my experience. Somebody else may do it differently, but this is how I do it. So I got 3 recharge in build-up just to make that come around. Obviously, I don't want to go any more than 3 because you start getting some pretty serious diminishing returns. I have in Taunt, and I was kind of torn on this. I didn't originally take Taunt, but one, if I'm running a mission with anybody else, being able to pull targets off or keep targets on me that they don't pull aggro, very helpful. But also, I don't have anything ranged that's not like a temp power or anything like that. So this allows me to be standing in one place and reach out and grab mobs wandering in the area. I do, the more mobs I have around me at any given time, the better. If I could have 1,000 mobs around me, I would. Only so many can actually get close. So that you'll see when we start doing the missions that I've got a bunch hanging out just throwing fire at me. I'm basically immune to fire. Matter of fact, let me just pull up the totals, and it's not going to show. All right, never mind. Well, I can tell you, you can look at the mids file, but my resistance to fire is 105.3%. And it's actually capped at 90%. So I'm over cap. I could probably tweak some of the things. I could maybe make fire shield, do something else or whatever, but I'm fine with this. It works. Most of the rest of my resistances are at about 35%. My defenses are all at 4.5%. My regeneration health regeneration is at 316%, with my max HP being just shy of 2,000. My endurance recovery is 3.26 per second, and my endurance usage is 2.35. That's why you'll see I have so many endurance reducers here, because I just never, ever run out of endurance. Like, it's just not a thing. Okay, so taunt, that's why I have taunt, I have recharge, and I have accuracy. Or, I'm sorry, I have range. I have doubled my range with 3 single origin enhancements here, and then 3 recharge to make it come down. It's like a 5-second recharge, which is great because I can just grab stuff from all over the place. Quills, I have endurance reducers, and I have accuracy. So Quills is less really about the damage and more about slowing the attacks and movement of all the stuff around you. So it does damage. You could put damage stuff in here. For my build and my play style with how I'm using this, I want to make sure I hit as much as possible to get that spine poison on everything around me. It slows down their attacks. It's like free defense or free damage reduction, mitigation to some degree. So that's all the spines build. My fiery aura, again, one theme you're going to see, all of the toggles are slotted with 3 endurance. So fire shield, blazing aura, and plasma shield all have 3 endurance. Plasma shield I have is a great one for resistance, so I have 3 resistance ones in here. Fire shield, kind of the same, gives me that massive fire resistance. And then endurance reducers here, endurance reducers here under plasma shield. For blazing aura, there's no reason really to enhance like threat. Meh. Reduce endurance cost I've already got. Enhance recharge speed, like I don't care about the recharge speed. I have 1 damage, 2 accuracy. You could do any mix of just all damage, all accuracy, 1 and 2, 2 and 1, whatever to your taste. But the reason is that with Blazing Aura, once again, I have so many enemies around me that I want to make sure that I'm hitting like a 33% increase in damage versus a 66% increase in the mobs that I actually hit consistently with the power. I think it's better to kind of blend it like that. Healing Flames, I've got 3 heal boosters and 3 recharge just to make it come around faster and heal more. I don't actually need it a ton, but it's there. 3 resistance and temperature protection. Again, that's why my fire resistance is so high. Consume, 3 recharge, 3 heals. You could also put anything from like threat duration to endurance cost. With Consume, it's pointless to put endurance cost in there because you're going to get your entire endurance bar back every time you use it. Pointless to put any of those in there. You could put in, I have Enhance Heal because I use this one very consistently, and it just helps keep my health in that upper range. Enhanced Damage, you could do Enhanced Damage, and you could do Enhanced Accuracy. For me, it makes sense to do this as a heal. Partly, too, because I don't have, like, I accumulate and maintain such a high level of health that I can't use my Phoenix Rising all the time. So this is kind of a nice little heal. Burn, I have this one set to auto toggle or auto run using the control click. So this one always runs. I don't have to think about it. And it's got 3 recharge. So it's just up every like 9 seconds or something like that. I'm dropping down another burn. Fire Embrace, 3 recharge to make this buffs your damage. And then Phoenix Rising, if you're not familiar with the power of Phoenix Rising, it has two modes. One mode, if you die, you can get back up without being immobilized or dazed or stunned or anything else. You get right back up, you get a good portion of your health, and everything is great. And it also knocks everything around you back. And it also does good damage. The other side of it, if you're not dead and your health is down below 75%, you can activate it just as a point blank area of effect power, a pBAOE, and it does the same thing. It does a bunch of damage, knocks everybody back, and heals you. So it's a really nice power. It was kind of the capstone. The big key to the build is getting up to Plasma Shield, though. Everything else is kind of, well, it's gravy to be like punny. But yeah, Plasma Shield is where everything turned for me. In terms of my inherent stuff, I've just got a run speed and my sprint. Obviously, I have 3 health, 3 stamina, my health and stamina, swift and hurdle. God, I love the fact that you get these out of the box now. You used to have to buy these as a power pool, so that opens up a lot more builds. I like teleportation as a travel power. It's the fastest to get around. It's kind of the most precise. It can be a little hard to get used to, but once you do, it's great. It's also really good for me. I actually use it in combat to jump between groups and like pull more mobs. So very useful. You'll see it's on my main bar. Hasten from Super Speed. This gives you recharge. So while it's active, it will like double the recharge speed or some massive boost to your recharge speed for all your powers while it's active, and then it's down for a period. Maneuvers, just because I don't need a lot of really powers, and I have tons of toggles. So once again, I've got endurance reductions here. Boosting a 4.5% defense, not really it might take me up to 9% if I took all 3 in defensive buff, but this keeps my endurance use very low. And then I have leaping, so yes, I have 2 travel powers, but combat jumping is a good defensive power. It also lets you jump higher and lets you maneuver in midair. So when you're like jumping, trying to land on something, whatever, it's just a lot easier. And then I took super jump. The only reason that I'm really taking the leaping tree is that the only power pool that I've seen that has a way to help prevent like knockback and immobilize and all that kind of stuff is in the leaping pool. The third or fourth power is acrobatics. So I have it on the build. I have it on my level 50. I do not have it on this character yet, and I just kind of respec'd or built up of this build. So my final power will be acrobatics, just something that'll keep me from getting knocked down, all that kind of stuff. And then for energy mastery, I just went all in on the endurance regeneration and health regeneration. So a very focused build. I know exactly what I'm trying to do with it, and such is it. So here, and I love these macros, I can just change to my power bar. So I'm going to, before starting the mission, I start each mission exactly the same. These are, and I'll show you which missions I'm doing. So I will get rid of these. My goal, and get rid of that. So I will have 8 sturdies and 12 heals, respites. And that's how I start every single one of these things. I will show you the missions that I'm picking. So typically I will search for fire. Oops. And then you'll get any of the fire farms. You want to make sure with this build that you're doing fire dungeons or fire missions. So there's a lot of fire farms. You can search for fire farms. There's fire asteroid. I love this sovereign fire asteroid because it's got lots and lots of mobs. It's very dense. But the one that I did in the video was actually this one. City fire farm, no minus defense. No, I'm not sure what S and L is. No elite bosses, 100% XP values. This is a great one. That's not what I'm going to be running here, but this is really good, especially if you are power leveling somebody else or you have lower level people with you, because there's room to maneuver without drawing aggro. The asteroids are a little fishbowl, and there's nowhere to hide. They're going to draw aggro. They're going to get killed. So that's why. But this is a good one. Like I said, that thing that I was doing before was in this. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do this Sovereign Fire Asteroid. Another one that's really good, that's very similar to this, is any of them by America's Angel. So you'll see like a 5-minute asteroid fire or a 10-minute asteroid fire. They make, it's the same type of thing. With America's Angel, there's actually an NPC hero, America's Angel, or America's Elf. Sorry, I keep saying America's Angel. America's Elf. Yeah, so there's another NPC in there that has powers that specifically, like it's these illusory enemies that cause more aggro to become in. They pull things out from a little further. I can manage it on my own, but sometimes I'll still run that one. But we are going to run this Sovereign Fire Asteroid. So we'll hit play, do standard rewards. Let me go over my hotbar here real quick too, and then we'll jump into the mission and show you what's up. So I'll start with my toggles first. So I've got all of my toggles except for Hasten is up here just because, I mean, I could put it down there, but I like to have everything in the first 5 that I'm going to be using. It's just easier for me to get to. And I can use Control 5 to like trigger that. And then, yeah, all my tactics, everything else. I've got Burn over here. And I don't know if you know this, pro tip, if you control and left click on a power, it surrounds it in a green circle, and this will automatically go off. I don't have to hit anything. It just goes off every time. As long as you have you're able to activate a power, you'll activate that power all the time. I usually turn it off when I'm standing around doing nothing because it's annoying, the noise. But as far as the rest of it, I've got Taunt on my 1. 2, I've got Healing Flames. Then I've got Consume, Build Up, Fiery Embrace, just a little gap here so that I don't fat finger, Phoenix Rising. I've got Teleport out here. Technically, like I could move Spine Burst over here. I just don't use it that much, so I moved it over here. And I've got a macro that takes me to my Travel Power page, and then macro that takes me back. So that's my power setup. And let's go ahead and go in. Let's go about available missions, accept, and let's enter. Now, first thing I do is immediately burn all 8 of these. It just helps me stabilize. And then I'll hit 4 and 5 to get my boosts up. And then I'm just going to jump in, get a cycle off. Get a few bits of damage, so I'm grabbing all the aggro. And then I'll go kind of stand in the middle and start taunting. I'm watching my health. Early on, I will end up hitting Phoenix Rising, and then I'll do a heal to get myself back up. I can just spam F1 and F2 to all of these. I just automatically use them right away, and then just kind of keep everything going. I'm hoping I don't die while I'm doing this, because that would be my luck while I'm not paying attention trying to narrate. But I'm just always looking around like, okay, who's not attacking me right now? Grab some attacks, or grab the aggro. You'll see here, they're all standing back because no more can get up close to me. That's fine. Keep spamming all of these things as much as possible. You'll notice I almost never have to heal. This is never up. I just make sure I keep all the power boosting stuff up. I don't even care if I use respites while they're in here. I want to get as many of these damage boosters and like luck and stuff like that going as I can. So now these are down. Just going to run these. And I have aggro of all this stuff already. And as the things around me die, they will start to come running in and take their place. So I'm really only looking for the stuff that's wandering aimlessly. But I pretty much have every single mob in this instance is all like aggroed on me. So I don't have to worry about it. Go ahead and trigger Hasten again. And this is pretty much it. I'll finish this mission up in about 5 or 6 minutes total. And it's like 2 blocks of experience at level 48. So I don't know if I didn't mark exactly where I was, but you'll get about 2 entire blocks of level. Now, in your 20s, which you can do this starting at like level 24 or something like that, in your 20s, you'll get like 2 levels per mission. You'll definitely get 2 levels per mission in the fire farm stuff. Looks like I might be clipping a little bit. So yeah, but you'll make mad experience. You will get absolutely tons of enhancements, tons of salvage, tons of recipes. I get recipes that sell. I don't even keep the yellows and the whites. I only sell, I auction house the oranges and the purples, and I'll make anywhere between 350,000 and like 12 million per item that I'm selling. And I don't even have to pay a lot of attention. Like, this is just really relaxed. That's why I do it at 1 level below. I can definitely do this at same level or even a level higher or even 2 levels higher. But I'm going to be a lot more stressed. I can do this while I'm watching TV. I can have other people with me. Not as much in this one. But I can have them in the other mission. No problem. Sometimes people are helping. Sometimes they're just kind of hanging out. And yeah, so this is ridiculously... Okay, so here's what I mean. Normally I would have had these guys already roped up already. But I can grab them from far away with taunt. Just make sure they all come to me. Okay, there's a few more over here. I'll kind of move around just a little bit to make sure I get them. Maybe teleport over here to get close enough to these guys. And that should be everybody on the map now. It's ideal if you can have everything as close to you as possible, because you're only damaging the stuff that's up close to you. So all of these, every time they die, somebody runs up to replace them, and we're all good. And you can see here, actually it might even be more than 2 blocks. It might be like more like 2 1/4, 2 1/2, or closer to 3. I know that in one mission cycle there's like 5. This is like a task force of 5 missions. I can level up during the course of the task force. Grab that other guy over there just to finish it off. These guys are almost dead. You can see I've had no stress, no freaking out, no trouble, not even close to anything. Just make sure I use all the rest of my enhancements because I don't need them and they're cheap. This last guy will die and we'll wrap up. And there it is. So that's this entire mission, all those mobs in like 5 minutes, 5 maybe 6 if I'm like slower, and then that's it. So then I can come here, ask about available missions, accept the mission, do it again, and go. Yeah, so that's it. The only other thing that I wanted to make sure to bring up is remind you guys that I have Discord again. So the link is in the description of the video. I will put the build information in the description of the video. Also, we have a super group. It's called GravyTraining and Associates. If you want to find me, you can message my global chat handle is at GravyTraining. And that way you can find me to get in the super group. I would love to have you guys here. I've got alts right now, but I've also got some friends and stuff like that. Would love to have community people here. Again, this is on Torchbearer. It's hero side. Yeah, I'm very happy to spend time like bringing people in to get power level with me, helping people out, whatever. So I highly encourage you to come check it out. Make a character over here, or if you're new to the game, just grab the game and come check it out. We'll help you get into it and learn things. Check out my other videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening.